しもし。
Why is biodiversity threatened? We're gonna talk about something that we're gonna call local factors. It is supposed to be more about global human effects. But before we go in some of those, we really need to talk about the fact that human population is growing fast. In 2014, the estimate was just over 7 billion people on Earth. Human population growth is exponential. The more people you have, the more reproduction we have. If you have more reproduction that is happening, then the curve on a graph of population versus time is gonna get steeper and steeper to the point we are looking at about 9 billion people by the year 2050. It was Thomas Malthus in 1798 who came up with the concept of carrying capacity. Basically, he said that the Earth can indefinitely support an ever-increasing human population. That's the concept that he told us. I think it seems quite clear, but Malthus was a member of a social force at that time. Basically, the clergy that felt the Earth was put here for humans to use up upon which we should go forth and multiply. But Malthus was among the first in recognizing that there was no way that human populations could increase in death rate without having some sort of effect on the environment and the environment ability to support us. The logic he used led him to the fact that based on the kind of farming he saw around that time, there would soon be so many people that there wouldn't be enough food to eat. Basically, the planet was gonna check the population growth through famine. He had seen famine, so he knew that what it's like, so the planet would take care of it if we didn't. In other words, we would exceed the planet's carrying capacity for human beings. Question arose. What actually is the carrying capacity of planet Earth for humans? The answer is like most scientific replies, it depends. We haven't hit the Malthusian limit yet because of a very important thing, which is the human technology. The ability to come up with answers to problems that are facing us at almost every turn. In this case, the answer came from science and technology, the increase of food production. This made it possible for us to get back on the exponential population growth curve and escape Malthusian's view of upper limits where. In fact, there were some estimates that suggest that if we all did at least and live at the lowest possible level of existence, Earth could support an estimate 40 billion people. But if we're able to reach that carrying capacity of 40 billion, it would require sacrifices for all humans on Earth. Somewhere than others, it raises a huge question about the quality of life, which points out what's increasingly becoming the single most important fact about human population growth on Earth today. That the world's wealthiest 16% of the people on Earth use 80% of the available resources. Let's go back to our primary objective and examine what this really means for biodiversity. If you ask anyone, let's say it's pretty clear that human population growth and resource utilization have huge effects not just only on your social and economic well-being, but of course on biodiversity. But how exactly? It translates into decrease in species richness. It's primarily through the loss of species richness that our greatest population growth effects are gonna show up. If we simplify it, says fundamentals as no things can occupy the same place at the same time. That's what we're talking about. If a human being living in a given place, fewer native plants and animals can live there. The data of how population growth affects species are only now starting to show its huge, complex problems. Another thing is that at times before in our planet history, there was so many species and biodiversity that had been lost so quickly. The scientists call the loss of huge variety of species the sixth mass extinction. Some even call it as biological annihilation. Human beings are the main cause of all of this. We have deeply altered the environment by modifying their habitat, exploiting species directly, changing the biochemical cycles, and transferring species from one place to another. In addition to this, due to the industry, agriculture, and fossil fuel use, carbon dioxide in the air is in its highest level for millions of years. At the same time, disruption of other chemical cycles is turning seas and rivers into dead zones. The climate change is already affecting the world around us. Global warming is causing glaciers to melt and making the sea levels rise. Species to go extinct in severe weather events such as floods, droughts, and hurricanes increase. What will happen to our planet? How can we save it? Here are some possible solutions. First, biodiversity parks. These are places that help protect animals, especially endangered ones, from being hunted or killed. It helps stabilize number of certain species, reconnecting them and recreating their natural habitat. Number 2. Ecological reclaim and restore habitats. Habitat loss is one of the leading factors of extinction and decline of biodiversity. Ecologically reclaimed and restored habitats help recreate and restore the animal's natural habitat in order to create a safe and natural place for them to live in by providing food, pure water, and air and more to the animals. Number 3. Less production of greenhouse gases. Production of greenhouse gases deplete the quality of the air around us. By lessening this, the quality of the air can improve and help slow down the climate change. Number 4. Sustainable lifestyle. Sustainable lifestyle helps reduce species extinction while not depleting the natural resources which animals need and rely on. Number 5. Be educated on wildlife and endangered species. The years of destruction brought on the environment have managed to drive several species of animals to the edge of extinction. That is why it's the utmost necessity that we educate people and the next generation about the importance of wildlife conservation. Number 6. Lessen ecological footprint. At this current rate of consumption, we are absorbing 157% of natural resources on the planet. In order to preserve our remaining resources, it is crucial that we reduce our consumptions. All these are helpful, and even with small actions, through collective effort, we can save our planet. This is all about the humans and the biodiversity crisis. We all know that the human population is now growing, so let us help save our planet Earth before it's too late.
That's all for this video. Thank you and God bless, guys.